You know how many times you've tried to get in contact with somebody and it's not until you ignore them and block them that's when they want to be bothered with you? Isn't it sad? Like, it's really crazy how you will sit there and try your best to stay in somebody's life, to help them, to guide them, to love them. And then when you finally get fed up and then you finally let it go and you block them, whether that's physically or energetically, they get that message immediately. Now you guys are playing cat and mouse. It's like the same person who never wanted to give you the time of day, never wanted to sit here and just even try to be there for you the way that you were there for them. The moment you block them, they notice it immediately, and now they're looking for a way back in. That is the worst form of manipulation, because when you had direct access to somebody, it meant nothing. They text you. If you responded hours or days later whenever you felt like responding. If they called you, you called back hours or days later whenever you felt like it. Everything was always on your time. They had the power, when they felt like dealing with you, they could deal with you. When they didn't feel like dealing with you, they didn't. And over time, from a person who that has been done to, I know my worth, and I know that what I bring to the table and what I have to offer, and all the good qualities that I have. And I had to start to realize, like, what am I going to benefit if I keep allowing the same thing? Nothing, right? So you have to ask yourself, like, what are you going to lose if you cut the person off? Nothing. You're going to gain a lot. You're going to gain your freedom. You're going to gain peace of mind. You're going to just gain clarity. You're going to gain time back. Time and energy that you do not have to waste on somebody who is not interested. Time and energy that you can give elsewhere. Give to people who is reciprocating your energy on whatever level you're on. It has to get to a point where we are not blaming other people for their actions, but we are taking accountability and removing ourselves. So we cannot blame other people and get upset when they really are who they are. It doesn't matter who they are. You get what I'm saying? In terms of if it's a friend or a family or a coworker, whatever, like, those titles are irrelevant. It's very hard to disconnect sometimes the title from the person, to you actually feeling like, okay, I'm really going to cut this person loose. But for your own peace of mind, your own mental health, it just gets to a point where it's like, I'm not gaining anything with this person around. What am I going to lose if this person isn't around? You get what I'm saying? And I honestly think, like I said, like, when people play games like that, it is the biggest form of manipulation. Because when you had direct access to me, it was like, just knowing you had direct access to me, it did not phase you. It was like, oh, if I wanted this person, I got this person. If I feel like talking to them, I can talk to them. If I feel like, whatever, you knew you had a direct line. But now that you know that cord is cut, that's where the control issue comes in. It's like, oh no, like, you cut me off. I got to figure out how to get back in. You're going to talk to me. You're like, they're going to force it, text you from fake numbers, call you from block numbers, like, hit you up from fake pages. And it didn't have to be all this, because if me and you were equally yoked and you had direct access to me, things would have never even got to this point. But sometimes you have to do a lot by doing a little, meaning you don't always have to speak on everything. I'm pretty sure if you resonate with this message, this is a person that you've already had conversations with. This is a person that already knows where you stand with y'all situation. And with that being said, there's only so many times you can say the same thing. And eventually you have to kind of just do nothing but move accordingly. And it's very difficult in some situations, but it is the best thing that'll ever happen to you. And more than anything, you gain your peace of mind back. If people don't care enough about you to put you through mental torment, why do you care enough about them to block them?